All right, guys, that was awesome. That was pretty cool. It took a little bit time because it's obviously replication is a little bit difficult to implement, and this is just with two instances. You saw how much work we did, right? So the pros and cons of replication. The pros is you get horizontal scalability. I wouldn't say for free, but you get it. It's nice. Your reads are scalable. Your writes, you can scale your writes if you do active replication or multi-master replication. But to me, I wouldn't go there. I mean, the conflict resolution is a pain in the butt to fix. So I don't like to go there. I try to optimize my writes as much as possible for single instance and make my beefy database server that accepts a lot of writes and good writes, and the rest of the stuff I optimize for reading. That's just me. You might disagree. I like to see what you think. Region-based queries. Now you can put all these standby replicas or backup replicas in different regions, and you can scale your reads, which is awesome. So your application, you can keep your application close to any database and in any region. So you don't have to have your database in Atlanta and your client application in, I don't know, Singapore. That's just a recipe for disaster, because if you watched my Wiresharking, Postgres, and other databases videos, I database protocols are very extremely chatty, and because it's built on top of TCP, it's even chattier, right? Because of the acknowledgement you have to do. And then if you have like sending a lot of queries or big queries, those have to be split into smaller and smaller packets, which need to be acknowledged, which kind of adds to the latency of the things you need to do. So keep your applications close and your database closer. That's just an advice I like to give everybody. Cons, eventual consistency. I don't know if this is a con. Some people like this feature. If you're building a system with Instagram and likes, who fucking cares if you have, like, I don't know, 700 likes versus 750, right? If you read it again, if you don't get the correct number of likes, it's not a big of the deal, right? So eventual consistency, you might live with it. That's absolutely fine. Slow writes, obviously, right? Yeah. In case of synchronous, well, depends on how many what's the configuration of your writes and the replica writes, right? Like if you're pushing to 3 or 2 or 4 or 5, then you have to wait. Your transaction have to wait. So you have slower write. What appears to be slower from the client perspective, and when I say client, I mean the backend application here, right? And it is complex to implement when it comes to multi-master, right? At least. Replication is very complex to implement, especially when it's come to multi-master with conflict resolution. Ooh, I would not go there. All right, guys, that was a video on replication. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, what do you guys think? What do you think of replication? I'm going to see you on the next one. You guys stay awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate it. Goodbye.